Hey, Phil. Right. Activision. You like a bit of Scar in the morning? Hey, Les. Subin. Oh, 84.40. Spreads are a bit wide now. Hey, Kyle. Good to see you, brother. I like this tune. How are we getting on, guys? Yeah, I don't know about nice, but it was a quiet day yesterday for sure. There was just nothing moving at all. That's not entirely true. There was things moving. There was just no clean setups. I didn't see anything clean. A couple of things did move clean, but I missed it every time. So, you know, sometimes it'd be like that, and the best thing to do when it's like that is just sit on your hands, Kyle. No, you don't have to trade every day. As a trader, you can take a day off, either planned or unplanned, like yesterday. So Deutsche Bank is the big bank that's in trouble today. Deutsche Bank 10% down on the day. Well, she got out, went for a walk. It was nice weather. It's nice weather today. She's a bit frustrated. She wanted to play bloody. On Wednesday was funny. I was streaming the FOMC conference, and she was wanting to play fetch in the apartment. Go figure. I got more on that. Could have got actually more. If I were trying to get the stream ready, I probably would have made a bit more on that. But this is Activision Blizzard, and it got regulatory news, so that's why it's moving up. Kind of a green light from the competition authority in the UK for the Microsoft acquisition. There's $400 in it. It's not a bad start to the day. Small account. Not in a position to take big size. It's an expensive stock. And there's full leverage, but still an expensive stock. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. What do I think about them? So I called them out in the Discord this morning. There's no specific catalyst that I can see with DRMA. So and they did register a shelf offering earlier this week. So just be careful if it's moving up as it was. I don't know where it is right now. It's probably under $2 again. But it moved up over $2. Let me just have a quick little look. I think I've got it on one of the things here. Yeah, so it's just gone under $2, but I just be careful with it. There's a shelf offering there, shelf registration just there, so I probably won't touch that. It's looking a little bit dodgy to me. Back above VWAP. Be interesting, Activision. And I don't normally trade stocks of. I don't normally like to trade stocks of this kind of ilk. Float size. I prefer the small float. Yeah, it's not really a catalyst, is it, Kyle? I mean, it's basically it's moving up on one analyst upgrade, Maxim Group analyst upgrade. It's not something I would say is a strong catalyst. I think it's been driven up. Market makers and stuff are driving it up so they can hit the market with the offering. They registered the shelf offering. There's a shelf registration there on Monday, so I think that's why it's moving up. I do have a Discord, but it's a private Discord for Day Trade with Tony students, buddy. Yeah, I'm not convinced with the matter. In fact, I'm more convinced of Activision. Well, you can get access to it via YouTube. There's two ways to get access to the Discord. You either subscribe on YouTube, or pop over to my YouTube channel and become a member, or you take the course. So the links are all in my link tree. Links to my YouTube, links to the course. Now, if you subscribe by YouTube, it's effectively a subscription on a monthly basis. If you take the course, you get permanent access to the Discord. So that's the way that you can get access to the Discord there, G. So either pop across to the YouTube and become a member there, or go into my link tree and sign up. Get access to if you do decide to join the Day Trade with Tony course, then you get full access to the education material. Of course, you get access to the Discord. And you get direct mentorship from myself. No guarantees of profitability, but I will teach you the fundamentals of day trading and my strategies that have continually and consistently allowed me to be profitable. SQ breaking highs again, so I'll come back to Activision later. Let's have a look at Block. It's down overnight. Down heavily yesterday morning, if you recall. It did have a bounce. It was down again overnight. So trying to. I mean, we're at session highs right now. I've got leverage on this. I think this might be a good one. Yeah, I've got leverage. Does the Discord have a live stream? When I'm not streaming live here, if I'm trading, I will stream live in the Discord, yes. I'm glad to see you've survived there, Alistair. Spreads like on this. Oh, not bad. Range 27. Hey, Black Eagle. Good to see you. This is 33. What else is moving that I can see? Not a lot else, really. It's a relatively quiet morning. There's a bit of unrest in the banks. Everybody's watching Deutsche Bank. If it continues to fall, currently it's down 10%. But as a result of that, there's a few other banks that are following suit. Santander, UBS. It does look like a red Friday on the markets. I just hope it's not a red Friday for me, Jack. Green at the moment. Get green, stay green. Get to goal and get out. That's my mantra, as you all know. Or if you don't, you do now. Just pulling back now. Probably not worth watching. Oh, hang on a minute. We might get a little bit of a bounce here. No, 5 minutes fairly clean on this one. Let's get that green, absolutely. Oh, we're having a good week. We didn't trade yesterday, but apart from that, we've had three weeks above in 3 weeks, 3 days in 5 figures. So it's been a good old week this week. Oh, so far it has, at least. Yeah, I mean, 10.5k on Monday, 11.5k on Tuesday, 22k on Wednesday. Didn't trade yesterday, just nothing trading. So across the course of averaging about 13 grand a day, that's a good week. Not as good as last week, but it's still a good week by anyone's stretch of the imagination. Hey Lisa, good to see you. Close to my monthly target, Liquid. I'm smashed my monthly target. I'm having my best ever month. I've never had a month this good. And this is largely down to the banking volatility, the volatility in the banking sector. But I've never had a month this good. I had my best ever month in January, a really good month in January, 175k. And already this month we've smashed that. Not only have we smashed it, we've smashed it by some good way. Before we start trading today, we were 145k on mark, so in profit, in gain. So it's a phenomenal month, an absolutely phenomenal month. By anyone's imagination, let alone my own. Most people would don't earn that much in a year. Some don't earn it in 3 years, 5 years. Your average Joe doesn't earn that in 5 years. You take the average industrial wage. I'm going back to Activision. This is not. Sideways. I'm kind of done with that. If it starts to make a move back up, $85 maybe. Starts to make a move back up. It's then starts to look interesting. Yeah. Popped up this far before, so let's see. 65, 70, whatever. Activision Blizzard. It's all we've traded so far today. Spreads are pretty big, so just factor that in. I mean, I got in at the 50 set spreads were 15 cents, and then they went to 70. So I think the spreads can be pretty rangy on this at the moment. Currently like 3 cents, so just doesn't have the volume right now that it certainly could have. Okay, guys. Anything else moving? Nothing. No. Quite frankly, it's a quiet morning so far. Probably too much there, Kyle. But they'll. I think the problem there is that Activision is one of the biggest gaming manufacturers, and they supply a lot to Xbox, but they also supply to Sony and the rest of the 69 billion, is it? There you go. Like I say, probably too much. But they'll get that back. But they've the reason Activision is moving up today is that the UK Competition Authority has basically passed the green light for the acquisition to say, like, yeah, it closes the market up, but it's not a monopoly or even a duopoly. There's still enough competition out there. Hey, Neith. Good to see you. Quiet day, guys. It's not a zero trade day, but at least we can say that. Not a zero trade day. Not like yesterday. I mean, yesterday was just atrocious. The lack of opportunity yesterday was just startling. $88 a share. Well, it's currently flatlining around 84. It's ranging between 83.50 and 84.50. So it's averaging about the VWAP is a little over 84. It's a volume weighted average price. So, and that's where most people have actually bought. If you look at the if you can see here the volume buy price, that's where most of the transactions have taken place today, is around $84. So if I just put, yeah, 83.94, give or take. Yeah, the 20 cent range on these candles. So I mean, I can see what we've got here is the open market skewing this one. So you don't take that, you get rid of that, and straight away you can see that it's up here, 84. That's where the volume weighted average price is telling you where the transactions have been taking place since yesterday's close. But let's keep an eye. So 10 minutes till to the top of the hour. Have I finished my cup of tea? Yeah, I'm on to this one then. Ouch, that's very hot. Sorry to see that, Money Never. I hate it when somebody says that they're blowing up their account. I hate that. But you need to trade small, particularly on days like yesterday. You need to trade small. There's no reason why you should ever blow up your account. If you're trading properly, you'll never blow up your account because you'll be trading small. Always start small. If you're trading, if you're blowing up your account, it's because you're trading too big. You should never be risking 100% of your equity position. And that way, if you're bleeding out over time, you know, death by 1,000 cuts and all that kind of stuff. If you're bleeding, if you're consistently losing, you've got the opportunity to either consistently top up whilst you're learning, which is called tuition fee, or just quit and call it a day and pay someone else to manage your money. At the end of the day, if you're in it purely for the money, just give it to somebody else. Pay someone else to do it for you. Someone that is consistently profitable and managing a portfolio. You've got to be interested. You've got to have a passion for the markets. If you want to be a day trader, you've got to have a passion for the markets. You've got to have a passion for the process. You can't just be in it for the money. It's not a get rich. As I said on the video I posted on Instagram and TikTok yesterday, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Yeah, no worries, buddy. That's what I'm there for. Message me on Discord anytime. You're in the community. Just message me on Discord. Well, there you go. I was doing that a lot when I first started. Is I would have put a winning streak together and then have a big red day that would blow it all up. Just getting cocky and overconfident with myself and taking bigger size before I was ready for it. And then the 7 to 10 days green streak that I put together was wiped out in one day. And it's not just you that's done that. I've done that. I did that quite a bit to start off with. Most beginner traders have that experience where they feel like they're turning a corner because they've put a green streak together. They have a nice bit of, and then they deviate from the strategy. The reason they're putting the green streak together is they're being very disciplined. And then they get a bit cocky, they get a bit overconfident, they deviate from the strategy and it all comes tumbling down. So, yeah, absolutely, Neith. Combination of factors. So you look at the range, you look at the spreads. You've got to put that together because that would essentially be your risk as you're getting in there. You might want to say, okay, well, if it's upwards trending, you don't really need to put your stop at the range plus the spread. If it's kind of ranging sideways and you're trying to take advantage of the range, or there's a pattern trying to break out, you might want to look at the actual ATR plus the spread. The number of different factors in it. How much are you prepared to lose on that particular trade as well? If you're taking 5,000 shares and the spreads are $1, you know you're going to be 5,000 down straight away. Can you afford to lose 5,000? Then you look at the average true range. Does that cover the spread? Yesterday we had on Zura, for example. Yesterday I looked at it, and whilst the range went up to, I think it was $2.30 or something at one stage, the spread went up to like $1.50. So there wasn't a 2x. There wasn't a 2x on between the range and the spread. So your range has to cover your spread by a minimum of 2x. If it doesn't, then it's not worth getting involved. The opportunity's not there. The volatility's not. You need volatility and volume, and if the volume isn't covering the spread by at least twice, then it's too big a risk. NIR, let me take a look at it for you. So near intelligence, this is 44% up on the day. There's not much in the range in the way of volume. 160,000 shares traded. I'm not sure why it's not on my scanners. Go figure. It's probably been filtered out somehow. It's above $2. It's above $2. It's above 25,000 shares, so it should be showing. No, it's even if it's a SPAC, it should still be showing on my scanners, unless it's changed its name. It might have changed its name. It might have been trading under a different name yesterday, and that's why it's not showing up as a previous day. Let me just see if I can find it a little bit about it. The volume's not great though. Just be careful with the volume. Near intelligence. Right, it's an uplift. So that's why I'm not seeing it, because I don't get OTC data. It's data intelligence firm Near Intelligence expects to begin trading on the Nasdaq stock market on March 24th, i.e. today, under the ticker symbol NIR. So it's whilst there's it's an uplift from the OTC markets, it looks like. It debuted yesterday, but I don't think it actually did much. No, it didn't. It didn't debut yesterday on the Nasdaq. The data that its debuts today, so it started trading today, 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. I'll keep an eye on this if it picks up. Like, for example, right now we're coming up to the end of the hour, and there's we've got a volume bar of 2,000 shares. You can't trade that. There's just no liquidity in it. Spreads are only 12 cents, so that's not too bad. But there's just no liquidity in it. Well, I say that the 12 cents. They're on the level one. The spreads on this are actually 58 cents. On the level two, I've got, it's quite rangy. What do I mean by 2x? Good question. So if you've got a spread, right now I'm looking at Near Intelligence, and the spreads on the level one, for example, current spreads are about 25 cents. So the ATR, the average true range on the 1 minute chart, which is what you're looking at, would need to be at least 50 cents to cover that. So 2x the spread. So if your spread's 25 cents, you need an ATR, you want to see an ATR, a volatility, an ATR on the 1 minute time frame of at least 50. Ideally more, to cover that. If it's not 2x, it becomes extremely risky, because then what you're finding is that you have to hold longer for to get to your target, or even just to get profitable. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm keeping an eye on the banks. Deutsche Bank isn't down that much though. It's only down 10%. Well, I'm seeing it. It's down 10% at the moment, 7%. It's actually come back up a little bit. So I've got Bloomberg on in the background just in case there's anything. See, small account, you should never be trading on the likes of yesterday with Zura and the likes, because a small account, it's heavy risk. So you first and foremost you look at the spreads versus the ask. Sorry, not the spreads versus the ATR, the range. So you want to be looking at the spreads versus the range and what you're looking at. So if you got the range, you want to be multiplying that by your share size, or you want to be dividing your risk dollar value, what you're prepared to risk via the range to give you what share size you can be comfortable with. So if you, for example, if you got a range of let's say 50 cents here, which it is 51 cents, and you don't want to risk more than $1,000, then you don't want to be taking more than 20 shares. You know, if you're prepared to you know, a range of 50 cents and you're prepared to risk $5,000, then you can take more shares. You can take 100. I would say yes, money never sleeps. What I would say is the sweet spot to me is between $5 and $25. So with a small account, you tend to find that sweet spot will be 5 to 15. I'm going to say a small account. A small account is less than 25k. So it'll be 5 to 15. Why not less than $5? Because then it becomes a cash account with the broker that I'm using. So they won't provide leverage or any kind of leverage on any stocks priced below any stocks below $5. So if you've got a $5,000 account and you're looking at a $2 stock, the maximum that you're really going to be able to get in there was 2,500 shares maximum, and that's if you well, you're probably not even going to get that, because you need they will need some kind of they won't usually allow you to trade full 100% of your equity. But if you're taking 2,000 shares out of a $5,000 account, because it's a $2 stock, you then realistically you're looking for bigger swings on percentage wise on these lower float stocks. Now you can get them on these lower price stocks. You can get them if you're looking for example, if you take a $5 stock, you've got leverage on it. You've got, let's just say you've got 4 times leverage. So you've got $5,000. Take a you can get up to 4,000 shares because you've got 4x leverage. It's a $5 stock. Let's say you're looking for it to move 10 cents. Okay, it's a lot. What's that? 2% move for you to make gains. That's okay. Whereas if you're looking for a 10 cent move on a $2 stock, and you're going to be taking less shares, you're going to make less, and it's a bigger percentage move that you're actually looking for. So, yeah, that's my that's my 10 cents worth. So it all becomes relative. But if you're trying to grow a small account, you need to be fairly aggressive, but not too aggressive. You need to manage your risk. So when it comes to being aggressive, the size of the equity that you're putting into the trade increases, and you're using pretty much maximum leverage, maximum equity on every trade. but it doesn't mean that you're increasing your risk. So you still keep your risk relatively small. You're not risking too much. So basically, if you're getting in with 4,000 shares, let's say 4,000 shares of a $5 stock, it's a 20,000 equity position. You've got the leverage. You're maxed out on your leverage, maximum buying power, if you will. Then you're looking for 10 cent move. You might as well be risking 5 cents. So if you've got 4,000 shares at 5 cents, you're risking $200. Yeah, no, that's fine, Kyle. What a lot of people shut up, Alistair. What a lot of people make mistakes in is that they think because you take a $20,000 position that you're risking $20,000, and there is a small risk to $20,000, but it's minuscule. You're actually not risking that, because what that's saying is that there's a risk that stock could go to zero and you lose everything, and the high likelihood of that happening is very, very small. And that's what I keep saying, Kyle. If your heart's racing, then you're trading too big. If you're feeling emotionally charged in a trade, particularly if you're feeling emotionally charged because of the trade, then you're trading too big. It's that simple. Size down. If you're in a trade and you find that you're getting anxious about it, you need to either cut the trade or put part of it. Just size down. What are the top percentage gainers today? Well, there's not a lot. There isn't a lot moving right now. So I've got filtered. So stocks above $2 in price. I don't touch anything less than $2. So we've got Renew Energy is up 10%. That's the biggest mover. Puts it into perspective. That's your biggest mover today. If I look at all stocks, Dermata is a 20% mover, and that's your actual biggest mover today, regardless of price. So it's a quiet morning so far. Small and steady, Jack. Absolutely. But as you get more experience, what you want to be doing is growing your account steadily, small incremental gains, staying above water, staying afloat to start off with. Exactly, Alistair. I was bloody terrified of that position. But if you're growing your account steadily or over the course of, you get compounding effect of that as well. If you've set it to like 1% growth or 2.5% growth, or for the small account challenge that I did, it's a bit more aggressive. I went for 5% growth per day. 2.5% growth is more than sufficient. 1% growth is more than sufficient. But what tends to happen, you get the incremental growth, your equity curve will start to go parabolic, and you'll start to plateau, because as you get to a point, you will get to a point where you've got a nice equity sum, but the gains that you're making on that will start to flatten out, and you'll start, instead of looking for a percentage per day, you start looking for a numerical value. You might be looking for 1,000 a day, or 2,000 a day, or in my case, 6,000 a day. Yeah, that would be the maximum share size that you would take money. So you wouldn't in that situation, if straight away you know what you're looking at. So you can take your ATR as your risk, and you can put your stop at 1 ATR away. And it's just I'm not saying that that's the best way to do things. It's a good rule of thumb. If you're new to trading, use the ATR to help you decide what your stops are going to be. and that way you've got the volatility of the price action, and you're putting your stop that way. But you're also then looking for at least one ATR as your profit target. Ideally, you want 1.5 to 2 ATRs as your profit target. Is that what? Just as a rule of thumb. Now, as you get better at kind of reading the stocks, you might decide that, okay, I'm not prepared to risk 50 cents on this stock, even though the ATR is a quite volatile. One of the ATR is 50. You might say, okay, well, the ATR is 50, but the spreads are 20, so I'm going to put my stop at 70 instead. These are all things that will come with time. So the average true range, based on what I've got it set, the average true range at any point in time is the last 14 candles, how much it's moved on average within that time frame. So on the 1 minute, it's from the high to the low, across the average movement from the high to the low over the last 14 candles, that's the ATR. And it's, while I wouldn't like any indicator, and I say, and take it with a pinch of salt as well. So like any trading indicator that you put on your chart, do not be using that as the sole reason to make entries or exits or trading decisions. It needs to be a combination of whatever information that you've got, but the most important one is the price action. Yeah, it's not really. So let's go back to Activision. So it's just ranging at the moment. It got above 85. It's not really making much movement, but the last couple of candles, there's no volume on it either. So it had been ranging kind of between 84 and 84, yeah, 84 and 85. So it's not really the spreads on this right now are 20 cents as well. So you've got to put that. What I was saying earlier about average true range needs to cover the spreads. The spreads right now 20 cents. The average true range currently on the 1 minute is 16. No trade. So right now, the average true range, because there's not enough volatility, you need both volume and volatility. This one hasn't got either. So it's got no volume the last couple of candles, and the volatility is only 16 cents. So the average size of a candle over the last 14 candles is 16 cents, 15 cents now. But that's fine. That's fine. It's back up to 16 cents. If it covers the spread. But the spreads right now are 15 cents. Well, 6 cents, but you get where I'm coming from. If you look at 10 cents. So if you're looking at the spread, the ATR needs to be at least 2 times your spread. And that's why you might trade some of these more volatile stocks with lesser volume, good relative volume, but lower volume, the likes of Azura, a Huadi, or an HKD, is because the ATR covers the spreads by about 3 or 4x. It's high risk, and you've got to make sure that you're prepared to take risks with it, because straight away the spreads are going to be big anyway, but the ATR will more than cover it. Just something to bear in mind. On those kind of stocks, you very much have to have an appetite for risk. Well, by the dip, it's not a no trade, not a no trade day in total. I took a trade with Activision as it pumped up. You can see it here. Funnily enough, this is on the smaller account. You can see it here. Obviously, you're not getting that first move, but then I missed this little pump here. It pulled all the way back to kind of 82, then started to make a move up. So the previous swing low, 83.50, that's when I got in, and I took some profits on the way up before it got to the VWAP. and that was Activision. It's a steady climber now. It's like I say, the range isn't sufficient to cover the spreads, so I won't be trading it until that changes. You don't want to a percentage of the price. 20% is a lot to ask for in a single move stop loss. So Mohammed, I've just been talking about using the average true range. If you're unsure, some people like to take an arbitrary number like 10 cents on the share. I'm going to put a stop loss at 10 cents. The problem with doing that, and that's okay. If that works for you, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if what you're finding is that 10 cents is above a support level, the likelihood is that the price is going to come back to whatever that previous support level is. So what I would suggest when you're setting a stop loss, look at the price action. Where was the last swing low? Where did it find support last? And that's usually a good place to put your stop. And if that's like, take a look at the average true range. If it's too much, if the last swing low is too much for you, so for example, if it's an upwards trending stock and the last swing low, the last time it found support is $1, it's too extended away from that, it's $1 down, then you don't want to be risking $1 per share. You might look at the average true range. You might say, okay, the average true range is 20 cents, so I might set my stop at 20 cents below the current price point. So there's a number of different ways that you can use. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion, the meanderings of a fat guy on the internet. But if you need help in setting your stop losses, the first thing I would say is look for the last swing low, the last key support level, and put your stop loss just underneath that support level. If it breaks that support, you know it's going to be downwards trending. The likelihood is it's going to be downwards trending. If you set it at that support, you're going to get hit by stop hunters, market makers hunting for liquidity. So you always try and put it just below that support level. If that support level is too much risk for you to take, that you're comfortable with, then look at the ATR. It's a good measuring stick for how volatile the stock is. And you might be one ATR away on whatever chart you're trading on. Might be one ATR away for your stop loss. In addition to that, if you're trading pattern breakouts, many patterns have a measuring stick on where your take profit should be and where your stop loss should be. So if you're trading a double bottom, for example, very simple. Trading an inverse head and shoulders or a head and shoulders, very simple. So trade them as you would be expected to trade them and put your stop losses there accordingly. Not every trade is the exact same plan, because not every stock is the exact same stock. They have variations in volume, in volatility, in price, your price action. You have to have a trade plan for every trade you take. What are we trading today, Linda? I'll let you know when something starts to move. I think somebody needs to get a big stick and poke the nicey. So Premarket is the biggest mover, but I'm not the only catalyst I can find on it. I mean, it's up 20%. The only catalyst I can find on Premarket. Let's have a look at Premarket here. While I'm talking about it, may as well show you. So Premarket here, put it on the 15 so you can see the full action. Moved up, but I've not seen it had this little pump yesterday, but then it moved up after hours and then again this morning before pulling back. And Premarket is the biggest mover. It's only it's a lower price stock. It's $2, but it's 20% up. It's the biggest mover this morning so far. The only catalyst I can find for Premarket is it's had one analyst has given it an analyst upgrade in terms of assessment. However, what I did find when I was taking a look at it is it registered a shelf offering there on Monday and warrants on Tuesday, so they potentially could hit the market with an offering. It's a micro float stock. It's only like 500,000 shares in the float, so the likelihood is it will see some volatility. They could pump the price up because it's not too difficult to pump the price up of a micro float stock like this. But if they do, maybe in the next 10 minutes, maybe after the open, they could hit the market with that offering that they registered on Monday. That will absolutely tank. You'll get at least a 50% drop in the price. So, and it's hard to borrow, so you're not going to be able to short it if you haven't borrowed shares already. Buy the dip, that's your strategy, just buy your name. The problem with that strategy is guessing the lows and the highs. It's subjective, and it's actually very difficult to do. So anticipating the lows and the highs is very difficult to do. But it's not a bad strategy. So I can check Marathon Digital. Marathon Digital. It's down on the day slightly, but I'm expecting, so Bitcoin's over 28k again this morning, so I'm expecting the crypto mining stocks and crypto related stocks to maybe get a little bit of a move as well. How's Coinbase doing? Because Coinbase was in a bit of a downwards moment yesterday. Still down. It sold off pre-market hard yesterday, and it's down again today. It's not down at the lows of yesterday's pre-market, but it is down. Coinbase is 5% down. But I'm expecting a little bit of movement in crypto-related stocks because of the price of Bitcoin. We'll see. So that's Marathon Digital, that's Coinbase, Marathon Digital. Look at this on the 15. Had a kind of an indifferent day yesterday. Out of the open, it moved up, and then it pulled back and sold off. A little bit of a pop into the close, but it's just been sideways since then. It's down on the day, but not huge amounts. So kind of an indifferent, kind of from yesterday's open, we're not too far off that. Kind of choppy, if I'm being honest. Not a lot of volume either at the moment. Roblox. Let's give the dog a treat. What are we on? We've got a few minutes. Let's give the dog a treat. Here you go. Here she is. Here's the beef. You're gonna have to dance to this one. Up you come. There you go. It's a good girl, aren't you? Hey, you're a good girl. Well, I don't know about that. I just don't think there's much retailer attention at all at the moment. Let me just fix this camera so that you can see my ugly mug again. Yeah, so why did the small cap stock slow down so much? It's cyclical. It is cyclical. And the banking crisis, and it is a crisis, The debacle around Silicon Valley Bank basically took all of the retailers' attention, and rightly so. I've made over 100 grand on the bank. So, hey, come away from there. Come over this side. There you go. Good girl. Premarket to check the stocks. I thought Premarket was to do with crypto, or am I mistaken? Roblox is looking reasonably interesting. There's not a lot of volume there, so I want to see more volume. But yeah, the banks took a lot of the retail trader attention. But it is cyclical. Right now, what, with 26 minutes? Dermata, I just don't like Dermata. It's the one that's moving, but I just don't like it. With a lack of a catalyst and that shelf offering just sitting there, I just don't trust it. So if I'm looking at, let's look at the gap scanner so far this morning. Whilst she's a chow by the dip, by the way. So Dermata Therapeutics, relative speaking, it's a 3x relative volume. So that's good. It's up 23%. Normally, but without the shelf offering, I might be interested. But I'm wary of that shelf offering. And if I include the downside, my strategy, I like to see things moving at least 14%. Sounds like a strange number, but if it's moving 14%, it's going to break 15, and that's why in my head, that's why how I devise my strategy. Either up or down, volatility needs to be at least 14% of movement across since yesterday's close or the previous day's close. And there's only one stock above $2 that's done that. So right now there's nothing. But then if I look at these DHCC, Diamond Head Holdings yesterday, the spreads on this were absolutely wicked. Let's have a look at what the spreads are at the moment. I saw a $4 spread at one stage on this. So spreads right now, it's not too bad. It's like 45 cents. But that will change. It's there's no volume though, so you can see there's nobody trading. 26,000 shares traded, but this moved up huge amounts. Went up to over $28 yesterday. But if I look at the scanners again, DHCC Holdings 26,000 in volume. You can't trade that. Fiscal note, 1 million in volume. That's pretty much average, but it's only up to, there's no volatility. It's got a average volume, not much volatility. You can't trade it. We've got Renew Energy. Come back to YS Biosphere in a minute. Renew Energy, 112,000 shares traded. It's average, but there's not enough there. Not enough volume or volatility. YS Biopharma, 30,000 shares. You can't trade that. There's not enough volume. So basically, there's no volume here. Deutsche Bank has the volume, but doesn't have the volatility. It's down. It's a much bigger float. It's a much bigger stock. It's above average relative volume. It's almost 1.5 times on the relative volume. I like to see stocks that are at least 2x on the relative volume. This is kind of 1.5. But it's only 6% down, so there's just nothing moving at the moment. And if it is moving, the likes of Dermata, and it does have the volume. I don't like you sitting on my left side. There you go. Then you need volume and volatility. The day trader, intraday trader, you need both volume and volatility. Where do you check the stocks? I'll do the scanners. So I use Benzinga, Linda. And just change the scanners over to today to the main session. So I use Benzinga. There's a link to Benzinga. You can check it out free for 14 days. If you like it, fine. Go into my profile there. You'll see a link. It says the Linktree TikTok Trader. Click on that and then go into the Benzinga link there. There's a discount code if you like the app, but try it for free for 14 days. I use Benzinga to find stocks and to check stocks and to, look at the company data and everything else. Without Benzinga, I've been lost. I mean, you can use Finviz, which is a cheaper, which is a free version, but it's not real-time data, so it's not going to tell you the stocks that are breaking out. EFIX just halted. Dermata, ETMB, wow. What's the spreads? It's got some volatility. The master's up at 230s now. Like I say, I don't trust it, but you trade it yourselves, guys, if you like it. You can do trading on TradingView app, their ICU. I wouldn't use it for checking the stock data, but quite simply the data on TradingView is delayed. They use Finviz. They use the Finviz data. I might have been a little bit premature like there. It's not usually what I say. I'll look for the break of 18. Did get over 18. It went 18.01, so. And what you've got to, if you're trading the open, if you're trading the first 5 minutes, all the risk, stop loss levels, risk, etc. You need to increase that for the first 5-10 minutes. Because the volatility increases in this first 5-10 minutes. Come on, you know you want to. If you've not got, if you're risk averse as an individual, if you're emotionally risk averse, trading will not be for you. So we've now got a support level at 1770, so that's essentially where we cut it if it breaks below that. I'll check Coinbase out in a moment. Volatility on FRC is quite big. The volume's not huge on it though. Oh, Zura. The volatility on Zura. Wow. Volume's not great, but coming in. So just averaged in there. Did I get filled up there? Caught between the spreads at the minute. Looking for the break of 18. There's 18. Want it to break new highs. Once again, we got 18 on the ask. We didn't break 18. That's flat topping, coiling under 18. A little bit on the 5 minute. It's a little bit. Zura halted to the upside. ZURA. So made some good money on this one on Wednesday. Yeah, this ain't going my way. Doesn't feel like this is going my way. Right, let's look at Zura. Halted to the upside. Alright, I'll come back to that one. Probably won't be trading that on my small account. Coinbase. Yeah. Very similar pattern to what I just had with ETNB. FRC looking like it might make some upwards moves. Yeah, it's very choppy. Look at that. Sideways, chop, chop, above and below the VWAP. Sideways, chop, chop, chop. Alright, let me just change the filters here. I don't want all this crappy noise of things that just pop up on a quick spike and then back down again. So I want to get rid of all of that. And there you go. Straight away you can see that all of the noise that I'm getting, the lack of volume, just by filtering out low volume stocks. Now let's go back to ENTB. Let's see if it actually does ETNB. So make a move back up. FRC just up and down. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything worth. Again, it's one of those days that Zura's halted. Back to Zura. Zura's halted. Should resume any time now, unless it's a 10-minute halt. I don't know if it's a 10 or a 5, but if it's a 5, it should resume any minute now. I'm looking at a $38 resumption. So $38 resumption means a nice big gap up on Zura. It is lower volume, much lower volume vault, which is why it won't show up on my scanners because I've just all right. That looks like a 10-minute halt. We'll come back to that. Yeah, I tried that. Just no volume on that one. The Marta back above the VWAP. Are you still holding that pun, or you're hoping that to go to the moon, is it? Anybody see anything moving at all? Anything? Any kind of price point? Anything at all? The Marta, Silvergate Capital moving up. Lower volume again. This has gone red to green. Yeah, with vaults, I'm a little bit wary of that myself, which is why I've not even looked at trading it. They had a shelf registered on Monday. So they had a shelf registration on Monday, and warrants, a warrant shelf on Tuesday. So they've got an offering ready to hit the market with right now. So I just think maybe this gets above kind of $3 and they hit the market with an offering. It's right there. At some stage in the next couple of weeks, they're going to hit the market with an offering. So they're just going to try and push the price up as much as possible, trading amongst themselves. And it's a micro float, so you've got to probably see some sharp moves. So it's like $500,000 in the float, which is kind of funny because it's already traded 14 million, which beggars belief. Yeah. 600k, 595,000 in the float, and it's traded already 14 million. So it's recycled. It's recycled the float over 30 times. But I'm not seeing any catalyst for it. I'm just wary of that shelf that they've got. Yeah, that tends to be what happens there. Volt is that garbage companies like this, and the reason I call them garbage companies is that they're that price for a reason. So Richard, this is CFG, so it's Citizens Finance Group. It's another one in the banking sector. It's up slightly on the day, like 2%, but it did make a red to green move, so it's up quite a bit over the last 15 minutes. Let's go back to Zura, just for entertainment purposes. There we go. Resumption, just as it resumed. Halt level up 39.38. Let's take a small position here. Oh, the volatility on this is wonderful. $1.29, but the spreads are $2. $1.89 on the spreads. But go figure. So you've got $1.20, $1.30 on the ATR, $1.89 on the spreads. It's a no-go. I don't mind trading these high volatility stocks, but when your spreads are bigger than the average true range, it's one of those you just don't touch it. So just be careful with something like Zura or this one, DHCC. Spreads on this are 70 cents. The range is 70 cents. So again, this is a don't touch it. I'm not fine. It's not advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. You go and waste your money however you want. But the risk is just, it's too much. The risk is just too big for the reward that you're looking to get. You have to get 2x the ATR to make any kind of return, because when you've got basically you're getting in and it has to move a full ATR just to break even, and that's just not what you want to be not what you want to be seeing. So yeah, Baba, yeah, had its move up. It'll be interesting to see how this TikTok inquiry goes for the rest of the Chinese stocks, like XPeng, and that is the definition. If you look up choppy trading in the dictionary, there's a picture of this chart. That is the definition of a choppy chart. Everything's sideways. Silvergate's moving up. Nice. There's a couple of lower price stocks that I don't touch. So Silvergate is up. If you like something like, that's $1.30. Silvergate's up and looking strong. We've got, and it's got reasonable volume. We've got, Silvergate's got good volume actually. Duo, not got so much volume, but it is up. Fang DD Network Group, Fang. So the volume's not great on it, but it is up quite considerably, 26%. But Silvergate's probably the best one at the moment out of them all. It's just a shame it's not over $2. Sell or buy what? Badge. So Zura went sold off into a halt to the downside, by the way. As did ETMB. So we traded ETMB at the open, and we was up here, and look, it's just breaking lows now. Not even hard to borrow, so I can't even. I've not got any shares to trade it. FTSV, I'll take a look at that. There's nothing else worth looking at right now. You sure that's the right ticker there, Puno? Is that an OTC symbol? SPY. They were heavily green yesterday. Heavily green yesterday. Nice, good green day, and then it sold off. Went red on the day. Towards the end of the day. Look at this, the action on the SPY from yesterday. So we had sell-off on Wednesday after the FOMC meeting and stuff, and then it was up heavily. Markets were doing well, and then lunchtime onwards, it was just sold, and it's down again and selling again. So it's another red day. So red day yesterday, red day today, it looks like on the markets. The Russell index is down even worse, but the Russell is more heavily exposed to the finance sector. So, and it's this finance sector is just vomiting at the moment. Maybe I can short Deutsche Bank. Yeah, Deutsche Bank shortable, easy to borrow. Oh my goodness, it started pouring down in Dublin. It was lovely and sunny earlier. I was looking forward to taking a walk with the dog later. I don't think I'm looking forward to it now. Oh, there's further halt down on Zura. So Zura Bio, it halted down and it's again flushed downwards. This is it's not great volume, but like I say, right now the spreads are 93 cents. So the ATR is not quite covering it 2x. It's 168 on the range, but the spreads were 93 cents. What else are you looking at, guys? Anybody seeing anything moving? Come on, guys. Somebody give the market a bit of a poke. Silvergate is the only thing that's having any kind of positive movement. And even to these, you know, to the short side, there's nothing really got any kind of volatility at all. So it's another one of those days. I'm a small $1,500 down at the moment with having traded ETMB. Let's look for something else to trade. BBIO, Bridge Bio is selling off. Let's see, is that shortable? No, short sell restrictions list. It's not hard. It is shortable, but it's on the short sell restrictions list. So basically, it means you can't sell below the bid. Marketable orders. You can't sell marketable orders. You have to sell above the bid. Oh, Kyle. Is you sure they're constricting your buying power, or is it the stock that you're trading's got no leverage? Yeah, actually, you're right about that one. I looked at that earlier, and no, it's just sideways. You know, Near Intelligence had it pop up, but it's just sideways. 15 bucks. It went up to like 20 something, almost 22. But it's been ranging between 14 and 17 since it retraced. So it does have a decent range. 61 cents on the ATR and 35 cents spread. So there's, again, going back to what I'm saying about you need more volatility on that. It's just ranging sideways now anyway, so you can't really take advantage of that. SoberSafe. Let's have a look at SoberSafe. On lower volume though. Again. SoberSafe moving up on low volume. I'll trade that. That's not a tradable chart. Not for a day trade. For a swing trader maybe, if you know something, but so AI stock seems to be moving. So SoundHound, BBAI, RBOT. Big Bear AI just broke over $2 now. So AI stocks seem to be having a bit of a moment. Yeah, it's not something I can trade. Yeah, same with that one as well. It's the lack of volume on it. It's not, you're not going to get reliable moves with that kind of volume or lack of. So we're just going to go back to Activision. See what's going on with Activision. Oh, maybe I should have held Activision into the open. Again, you're not, for an $80 stock and a 20-cent range, it isn't exactly highly volatile. Not when the spreads are yeah, spreads are only 2 cents. C3AI, a little bit of a pump, reasonable volume, currently 5% up on the day. Yeah, just struggling. Anybody else finding stuff to trade today? Because the last couple of days have just been non-existent for me at the moment. Good luck with that one, Kyle. Is it easy to borrow? Yeah, it's easy to borrow as well. Roblox, back above the VWAP, currently 5% up on the day. I prefer the smaller caps. Yeah, let's have a look at the crypto mining stocks. Yeah, a bit choppy on the way down. You might get a inverse head and shoulders with any luck. The market's not doing anything, just choppy over in that kind of 230 level. Yeah, guys, struggling to find anything worth trading right now. No clean setups. Don't be trading just flaky setups. If it's a no trade day, it's a break even day, and I'm not break even because I've had a trade, but back to near. Yeah, it's at the VWAP, but it's sideways. I just want to zoom in so we can actually get a bit of action there. Above $16, it might move, but it needs more volume. So look at the volume profile on this. It's there's the less than 750,000 shares traded on this already. So it's not exactly what I would call high volume. You need volume and volatility. It doesn't really have a lot of volatility at the moment. I mean, the range is 53 cents, so maybe it does, but the spreads are 31 cents. So the spreads and the range don't match up. The volume isn't there. So there's no trade there for me on that one. If you do trade it, good luck. I hope you do make a lot of money trading it and you're profitable. Breaking high of day with FRC. Just tried to take a couple of thousand shares there with that, and there's no leverage on it. I forgot. It needs more volume though, Duo. Let's move over to the main account. I can take a decent size of FRC. Looking for the break at 12.50. It needs to go green on the day. Yeah, but it has a huge float as well, though, El Puno. I mean, think about how many people are actually holding those shares. Yeah, I mean, it's 300 million in the you're saying it's got a 51 million volume, which is right, but it's average for Troika is 79 million shares traded each day over the last 3 months, and it's got a 300 million flow. So 50 million shares traded is probably not something to write home about with Troika Media. There's an Activision Blizzard. Yeah. Looking for a bounce on ETMB down at 1650s. Maybe. Sober safe. Robot. Help me out, guys. Somebody give the market a poke. Somebody tip the nicey up one way so it can actually stocks will start moving. What indicators am I using? Well, I mainly use the VWAP on any given day. So just I'll walk you through what's on this chart here. So I've got the VWAP here, which is the blue. I've got the 200 EMA, which is this light blue, or it looks white. I've got the pink one here, which is the 20 EMA, and I've got the 9 EMA here. But the one I pay most attention to is the VWAP. Over here I have volume by price, and then I've got the volume profiles down here with the ATR plotted, average true range. So that's what I'm using. I like to keep my charts relatively clean. There's no leverage on this one, so I want to see this go green on the day. You can see there at the top the dotted line. It's yesterday's closing price. FRC might, if it gets above yesterday's closing price, we might go somewhere. Over 910 on Deutsche Bank might be interesting. Why? I hear you all shout at me out in unison. Have a great weekend, Vols. Good to see you finishing the week with a nice green day. Good stuff. Have a great weekend, buddy. So we've got one shoulder here. There's a head. Coming back for $9 for another shoulder. So over 910. This could be interesting for a run up to maybe 924, 925. 15-cent move. Yeah. Probably not something that's worth writing home for. The matter broke below the what? Yeah, we're just struggling to find anything moving. You know, we wait. Patience is the name of this game. What you need to do, El Puno, is get one of these artificial intelligence bots and program it so it will do the surveys for you. And then it can do multiple surveys at a time. And you know what? That might be something worthwhile doing. You know, you get 50 cents for every survey you complete. If you can complete multiple, so you can do 100 surveys at a time, just get an artificial intelligence bot to do it. Need some Chat GPT. Plug that into which surveys, Survey Monkey or whatever. All right, stocks moving up. AI. BBAI. Soundhound. AI stocks are all moving up. New Energy. Yeah, I can't trade. That's just not enough volume. iBio. No volume there. Not enough volume. I thought that filtered. Yeah, I guess not. The filters are not enough. Nano Dimension. Yeah. Silvergate's looking good. Yeah, if you like I called this out earlier there, Neath. Silvergate's looking very good. It's probably the only one right now. How are we working the weekend? That's the question on Bloomberg right now. I'm trying hard not to succumb to FOMO with Silvergate right now. I'm trying hard not to succumb to FOMO. I have my rules and I stick to them, and I'm really tempted to take a trade on Silvergate. Taking a kind of a 10,000 share position on this one will be easy enough to do. Right, okay, so the reason that Silvergate are moving up, it does have a reasonable rumour. So Silvergate Capital shares are moving higher on rumour suggesting a crypto exchange, probably Binance, but a crypto exchange is trying to buy Silvergate's trade processing technologies. So that's interesting. Now, the thing is with Silvergate is it's heavily shorted. We're talking about 68% short interest on this. So it's very heavily shorted. It's still below average volume at the moment. Normally does about 14.5 million shares on any given day. It's a 30 million float. But yeah, I'm the same, Selena. It's one of those days. At the moment, it's one of those days. So I'm trying hard not to trade Silvergate, but it's the only thing that's moving. The only thing that's got volume and volatility at the same time at the moment. Dermata is now coming. Dermata is down back down to 224. FRC breaking the high level. You know what? I'm going to try this on a smaller cap. Yeah, well, it's what's the high of this one? 68. I don't know about whale money. I'm taking a position. We'll see if we can't get a few quid. Can we get 30 cents? Can we test $2 on Silvergate today? I doubt it, but we'll see. And if we've got an upwick with the doji following, now we're another upwick, maybe devil horns are getting in at the reversal point, maybe. I'll see. I did want to take about a 10,000 share position on this if it does look like it's moving up. Now we get 20 cents. So 65 on the 5 minute. Yeah, it is extended. It's very extended, Dennis. There's no. That's what I'm looking at on the 5 minute. I'm looking at 65 on the 5 minute. 165. I'm looking for 75 on the next move up. On a 10-cent move. But it found support at 160 before, so I got in for the next candle to make a new high, which is 165. Looking for a move up, test new highs. We'll see. Have I got this right or wrong? Let's start taking bets. Normally don't trade these penny stocks. I don't like trading below $2. It usually doesn't go my way. Just putting that out there. That's kind of max position right now. Well, I could take a little bit more, but that's kind of a max position on this account. I've got a 27,000 equity position, 20,000 equity in it, and I've got a 24,000 equity position, and it's just broke down. So, yeah, going in big before it was ready to do that. It breaks below the low of the last green candle, and we're going to be getting out. The 5 minute pullback. No, I don't, because you never know if they're going to get the approval or not. That's the whole point. Wade, I'll wait. And again, even if it gets medical FDA approval, you don't know how the market's going to react. So, better not to anticipate the market reaction to an FDA approval. You know when it's going in, so you can watch it. You can put it on the watch list, but you wait for the wait for the price action. Trade the price action. So I'm looking for 175 if you can get it. Current high of day is 171. Take some off. Up there at 175, that was my initial target. Locked in 850. Let's see if we can't get another 500. 400 unrealized. Higher day, currently 177. And we get 180. Doji, I'm gonna take that off there. All right, there we go. So we're down to 300, just under $300 in the hole right now. So, what platform do I use? Anaya? It's Dash Trader, DAS. So the acronym is Direct Access Software. The Dash Trader Pro. Yeah, 138 would have been a good place to get in, actually. Kind of previous resistance, previous swing high resistance. So 138. But we had support here at 140, support here at 155, 160, 155 really. Bit of resistance at 155 as well. Kind of that 155 to 160 area is where the key level was. So look, I've traded it, made 1,100 bucks. I don't like trading those type of stocks. So let's see what else is moving. And this is a small account, by the way. So I was adamant I wanted to. I don't want a big red day on the small account. There's nothing else moving, guys. FRC didn't break above the profit line. Yeah, we're having a tough day today. Well, I wouldn't say we're having a tough day. Well, it's just a difficult day. When it's like this, guys, it was yesterday, and very often it's cyclical. So if you have an extreme periods of kind of cold market, of just choppy sideways movement, it's usually a precursor to some more volatility, which then is followed by cold, choppy, go nowhere, do nothing again. And that's what's been happening to this last couple of days, yesterday and today. We've had 2 weeks of extreme volatility. We go back to the 10th of March. That's when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. And we had such huge volatility in the banking sector for that day on a Friday 2 weeks ago, plus the following two weeks. So last week was just immense. I made more money last week, and I think it's probably my best ever trading week. Arguably my best ever trading week last week, and certainly it's my best ever trading month. So that all on the back of the banking volatility. But if you look here on the scanners, right there in the middle of the screen, the scanners here, you can see there's nothing moving. So my scanners, I've got it filtered out in terms of volatility and volume, and there's just nothing moving. So if there's nothing moving, it's better to sit on your hands rather than do what I did with ETMB, because I was chasing the momentum with it and ended up losing. It's boredom trades very rarely go in your favor, so stay away from the boredom trades. Again, Mark Farley, AUPH on low volume, exactly. So stay away from it. If it's a boredom trade, stay away from it. If it's not got, you want volume and volatility. If it's got neither, definitely not a trade. If it's got one without the other, it's not a trade. Because if you've got the volatility and it's a big move but not the volume, the moves are going to be unreliable. And if you've got the volume but you've not got the volatility, what are you profiting from? So you need volume and volatility. And if it's got neither, just stay away from it. Like if it's missing one without the other, stay away from it. It's probably best just to sit on your hands and come back on Monday. Take an early bath and come back on Monday. Monday's another trading day. There's always another trading day. So I'm looking at this on the 2-minute right now. And you can see we've got one move up, getting a bit of a head there, another move up there. Might get looking at multiple kind of reversal signals here for me. So I'm kind of Silvergate. I traded it, made a profit. I'll take that. Oh, we're green on FRC. So let me just switch accounts because I've got no leverage. So I have to trade on a larger account if I'm going to trade FRC. So FRC's just gone green on the day. That's the level I was looking for it to break. 1250, 1255. It needs to sustain though. And no, I don't trade ETFs. I'm invested in a couple, but I don't trade the ETFs. Why? Because they're a derivative. So you can get those moving with the market. They're not going to move much, first and foremost. So you have to take bigger size. Very often ETFs are not leveraged. You won't get leverage with an ETF. Some you will, but very often you won't. They're a lot higher price, and I'd rather trade the instrument making up the derivative. I don't trade ETFs. I don't trade the indices, futures, forex, ETFs. It's just equities for me. .NET Super. That's what I do. I'm an equities trader. I'm a pattern breakout trader. I'm a momentum trader. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of movement, but just there's a lack of volume on most of these moves right now. Pac West is moving up. So FRC is here. Pac West is moving up as well. 965. Now these banks have never seen such volume. There's the doji up there. I'm not. Makes me nervous on both of them as well. FRC and let's have a look at Western Alliance. Yeah, they're all moving in the same direction. They're all moving with the same motion. Yes, yeah, some ETFs are you can get leverage on, but a lot of them you can't. But even so, I prefer to trade the instrument rather than the derivative. So I don't trade derivatives at all. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying you can't make money on it. So the banking derivatives over the banking sector ETFs, you could have traded those quite well. In line with the volatility that's been had, but personally, I prefer to trade the banks. The SPY, the massive double bottom on the SPY. So look at this on the 5-minute. Double bottom here. The move up. A little bit more pronounced on the 2-minute here. So there you go. You see that on the 2-minute. It's a bit more pronounced. It's a bit wonky, but it's still there. The W shape's still there. So this is now moving up. That's the market. That's the SPY. So maybe that will introduce a little bit of volatility. It'll go green on the day. Get over 394 will be a great result for the SPY today. Marta. Yeah. a little bit of double bottom, which it kind of broke. It never retested 230, so it broke down. So that pattern's now broke. If it had bounced at 220, yeah, nice double bottom for the break of the VWAP and 230 for the move back up, possibly. But right now, no. And I still don't trust it. I think that if this moves back up again, it will come down with a flush when they hit the market with an offering. I'm just waiting for that to happen. I'm just not going to trade it on that basis. Yeah, just nothing to trade really today. In Inozyme Pharmaceutical. Iron Bank, moving up as well. Now what are you going to do? Can't trade that. Had two candles with volume, but although the red candle here was on very low volume. So we've had 3 good green candles with increasing volume. Pullback here was lower volume, so maybe if it starts looking bullish again. Yeah, but I'm just not feeling it. Let's go back to the small account. Yeah, so the movement seems to be in the penny stocks at the moment. So you've got JGX. So I'll show you where we're at. But it's just JAGX moving up. It's gone green on the day. That's where the momentum is right now. This is the top momentum stock right now. It's 3% up on the day, but it's come from substantially down. Just moved 16%. Then we've got Silvergate moving and a move back up. Nothing doing it on any kind of buy and bank. Now that's the double bottom. If I'd seen that one, I would have taken it. Look at that. That's a beautiful double bottom. Right on $26 there. Now it's nearly exhausted though. So if you're looking for a double bottom, you want to be looking at it's pretty much exhausted up at the top here. It's 28. Oh, that would have been a beautiful entry there as it broke the VWAP there. 26.75. Couple of key levels. Break the VWAP. 26.75. Wonderful double bottom. Get in there at like 26.75, breaking the $0.75 and clean as you like. Ah, why did I not see that one? Yeah, I'm kind of Let's have a look at this new IPO that's just been released, shall we? No trades yet. So just started trading like a couple of minutes ago. Let's have a quick look. What else? Is there any other IPOs today? Does anybody know? Let's have a quick look. Oakwood's, that's this one. This is Oakwood's, expected to release at $10. It's currently $10.16, but it's halted at the moment. There's no trades going through, but it's been released for quotation. So this should start trading shortly. Let's have a look. Yesterday we had CBL. Let's have a look at how's that doing today. Nobody trading it. Nobody trading that. Couple of IPOs. Let's go back to Near. Yeah, that didn't do anything either. So Near Intelligence. Yeah, so there's just the one IPO there. Not quite trading yet. I can check Mara. Yes, I certainly can and will. Where's my cursor gone? It's over there. Marathon Digital, sideways, choppy, sideways, choppy. Very, very choppy sideways. How do I know that? Because it's up and down, above and below the VWAP. The VWAP's a great intraday trend indicator, and if it's, I mean, it's pretty much horizontal, which means it's going sideways, and the action is above and below. You want to see trending action, you want to see the action taking place either above if you're going long, or below if you're going short, the VWAP. And ideally, you want to see it on an incline. So again, moving upwards at an incline at an angle, or moving downwards at an angle. That's the VWAP. It's a powerful indicator for intraday trend analysis. So you can see if stocks are moving upwards based on the VWAP. But Mara is just choppy sideways at the moment. Not a huge range. 5 cents. Spreads a cent. You know, penny spread, 5 cent, 5 cent range. So Mara, not really doing a lot. Curve. Yeah, it's just sideways and choppy. Low volume as well. I'm thinking I might call it a day, guys. It's one of those days. The small red day at the moment. We know, look, I'll wait till the top of the hour. I'll just take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back. All right, anybody seeing anything else worth taking a punt on? Oh, what's that one? Nice. Nice technology. Has that got a catalyst? Bit of a double bottom and an upwards trend. That's usually quite reliable. A W shape and an upwards trend. All right. No catalyst. No short interest. Short float. 62,000 in the short float. 214 million shares. Probably not something. Nice Technologies. Wang Yang, founder and CEO of Nice Technologies, awarded the 2023 Ernst & Young Asia Pacific Success Female Entrepreneur Award. That was on Tuesday, though. So yeah, we'll figure. And that's why you take your time, rather than just chasing them. AI, it's got choppy now. So the initial move from kind of 25.60, this move here, that was a good move. The rest is just very choppy. A little bit of a move there, but I just... Yeah, so what else? HUBC. I don't like this stock. There's something about it. Hub Cyber Security. Back over $2 now. So it's Silvergate. It's just, again, this is ranging now. It's bouncing out at kind of 160. It's just above the VWAP. It was finding support at this level. This horizontal here, so 160. So it found support here. That's where I bought support there because of the 160 resistance here, then support 160. I thought, okay, I'll buy support on the move up. It's just finding support here and now. The key support level for Silvergate is 160 there, as you can see. If you look at this on the 60-minute, you can see it found support here previously as well, back on the 20th and 21st, beginning of the week. Look at it on the daily. It's not; these are lows for this one. So yeah, you're just looking at this week basically. So earlier this week, it found support at this level as well. So oddly enough, it got rejected at 170, 175 again before. So that kind of $0.75 level, it got rejected on the 21st at $0.75 as well. So I probably should have looked at that beforehand. I've actually got the 60-minute chart open in front of me as well, so there's no excuses. Yeah, so be careful with this, Neath. It is forming a triangle. It's forming a descending wedge into a flat bottom. These would typically break downwards. This is like the ascending wedge into a flat top, but inverted. So this is a bearish pattern that if you're going short, you're looking for the break of 160 now. Got a flat bottom there at 160. Yeah, Jack. ETMB finding support. So ETMB was the one that it sold off hard. I got out here, but it's found support down here at kind of 1630s. So that's a level to be watching. Let me just again look at the historical. So I just identified that from on the 1 minute chart there. If I look at this on the 60-minute chart, 1630. I'll zoom in to the 30-minute chart. Yeah, you can see 1630 was a key level, support level here and here as well. Resistance up here. So yeah, it's worthwhile, if in doubt, draw these lines. You can usually see them with your naked eye if once you get used to doing it, but if in doubt, just draw them. You'd be surprised at what information you garner from them. They're support and resistance, also known as supply and demand zones. That's the new buzzwords in trading: supply and demand zones, support and resistance. So Intel up at 29, breaking highs. Nice. Well done, Puma. Good call. Good shout. 5 cent range, 6 cent range, 5 plus change. 1 cent spread. So yeah, Intel's looking good. Looking strong. It's up 2%, 2.5%. Yeah, let's go back to I was talking about that flat bottom on SI. Yeah, so now there's an argument for that was a double bottom even, but I say flat bottom because I'm here. But breaking out, high of the day currently 78. Don't even know why I was measuring that. I've got it on my montage. So 178 is the high of the day. It's just tapped it. At the high of day right now. Oh, new high of day. Whoopity-doo. Good luck if you're in it. Hope you managed to. I hope you bought. I hope you went long there when you Neath, and profited from that move. I think there actually is, Bruno. I'm not sure. But support and resistance area, what I look for to underpin the support and resistance is one of the reasons I use volume by price over here, because you can see that the larger the candle, that's where a lot of the transactions are taking place, and that's what I look for. And it's based on the area on the chart. If I zoom in or zoom out, you'll see that the differences in the volume by price. It's based on what's shown on the actual chart. The candles on the chart. So I zoom in, the number of candles is less. I zoom out, the number of candles is more. And you'll see that just based on that, as to what the volume by price changes at. All right, let's have a look. Anything else moving, guys? Yeah, I'm just going to knock it on the head. It's the weekend. I'll probably take a look this afternoon after I've walked the dog, see if there's anything moving. There's nothing at the moment. If there is something moving, I'll be green. I'll take a trade. I'm only 206. It's almost a scratch day for me at the moment. So look, you know yourself. We'll do it all again on Monday. Just letting you all know, guys, I'll be back at it on Monday, but at the usual time of 1:30, because if you're in Europe, daylight saving is this weekend. It was a couple of weekends ago in the US, which hence why I've been starting the streams an hour earlier for the last 2 weeks. We're back at the usual time at 11:30. The clocks go forward tomorrow night. So remember, A, the clocks go forward. B, I'll be streaming from 1:30 on Monday, and C, you need to be there. And D, come join me in the Day Trade with Tony community if you want to. Check the link in the description or in my link tree. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a nice weekend. I'm going to go buy a bottle of wine. I've not had any wine in the. Actually, let me just show you what's going on at the moment, because those of you that didn't were hankering after a trade recap last night, even though there was no trade recap. Let me just show you what's going on at the moment with the numbers. Where are you? Oh, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And let's talk through the numbers here, shall we? Well, you can see here we didn't trade yesterday. No trade yesterday. It was zero trade day. It's first zero trade day for a long time. Where I've actually been sat at the desk. I've had zero trade days where I've been off doing other things, but an unintentional zero trade day is what I would say. Now we're 270 bucks down today, so that's a small red day at the moment, but the likelihood is either it's going to finish a small red day or I will get green. The next trade is going to be a green trade if I take one. So let me just go to the detailed things here and show you where we're actually at. So on the year to date, since January the 1st, we're almost at 500,000, which is absolutely phenomenal at the moment. And you can see here for March, 245k. So even with today's losses, I'm still 245k, because the 387, the change, the 387 beats the 269 that we are down. So March is just phenomenal in terms of where we're actually at. But let's just go back to the calendar a second. I want to walk you through a couple of these pieces for March. Okay, so March the 10th. Was where Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on March the 10th. We started getting some volatility on the 9th from the banking sector, but Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on the 10th. The biggest volatility day was on that following Monday, and it continued for the whole of that week, as you can see. So that was last week. We had some more volatility earlier this part of the week, but then it just kind of started to die out. Wednesday, we started to see other sectors getting a bit more of the action, and then yesterday was a non-event. So if I look at since the 10th, which is when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, and I've been pretty much trading the banks. That's not right. That's the 10th of the 1st, so I don't want that. I thought that doesn't look right. I've not done that much in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I've done 172,000 in 2 weeks. So since the 10th of March. Let me put that into context. Before this month, my best ever trading month was 175,000. That was January. Before this year, my best ever trading month was 168,000 back in last summer. So in 2 weeks, I've done more than I'd done before this year in an entire month. So that's what that volatility that we got around the banks does for you. Phenomenal activity on the markets if you were able to take advantage out of it. Just great, just absolutely great. So hopefully we'll get some more volatility. It doesn't have to be in the banking sector. It can be in the energy sector. It can be in the consumer. I don't care. Just a bit more volatility than that will be great. As I say, this is my link tree, so go check it out. It's the link. These links on my link tree are in the description if you're watching on YouTube. I use Benzinga. If you're wondering what Benzinga is, so come and join the Day Trade with Tony community. Get access to the Discord, the private Discord. You get access to my trading education as well, mentorship from myself. And by all means, come and join me. Benzinga is what I use. I've just been looking at TraderView, by the way. If you're wondering what that journal was, Dash Trade is a platform that I use. So these questions that I keep getting asked: what's the platform? What is that you're looking at? Analytics platform that you're using. TradingView, not to be confused, is a charting platform. Benzinga, if you're wondering what Benzinga is, I'll just show you Benzinga. This is my Benzinga, okay? So every day, this is what it looks like for me on Benzinga. And I've got my real-time scanner here, I've got my momentum scanner here, I've got my gap scanner, I've got signals, which tells me about price spikes. You can see here that that's got a price spike up, what the price was, what the movement is percentage-wise, etc., etc. So that's price spike activity, volatility activity, halts, resumptions, that kind of thing. Session highs, day series, 365 highs, 52-week highs. Then I've got the rolling news ticker here as well. And that's what Benzinga is. And it's great because what I can do here is I can just go over to the calendar, open a window, and straight away you've got, it opens up to the calendar. This tells you what earnings are happening today. So I can just filter on the time frame. And you see all the earnings that came out this morning, the earnings that are going to take place after hours this evening. So it's a relatively quiet earnings day. I can look at IPOs for today. I've already covered Oakwoods acquisition. It's a SPAC company, so Oakwoods, that's just gone live. There's nobody trading it yet, but I'll have another look in a second. You can look at the economic debt calendar. So what's the economics and which country they're in? So I'll just look at the US, for example. We've got the manufacturing PMI data, services PMI data. We've got durable goods, FOMC bullard speaking out. You can do this on a daily, you can look at it on a weekly. We've got similar PMI data for retail sales data in the UK, France. This is great. It really is a fantastic tool to use. This is Benzinga, as I say. Even if you look at the charting, you can look at the charting. So it pulls up a chart, and it's TradingView. So right here, I've got the SPY. This is TradingView. I can actually draw on this as well. So I can start drawing arrows. Drawing arrows there like that, or I can do another one. There you go. So on chart, I might start doing my trade recaps with this in Benzinga. Rather than opening, I might even cancel my my TradingView subscription. So that's great. It's fantastic. If I go back to what I've popped out, here, one of these. This is the gap scanner. I just right click on this, and you can pull up what's going on with Dermata Therapeutics. So I can actually look at this. This is the summary sheet. I can see straight away the chart, key data here. So you can see Dermata, it's a 59,000 float. So it's a micro float. It's heavily shorted, 33% short. You can see the session volume versus the average volume. So it's huge relative volume. I can look at the news. Here, today's news, why is Dermata moving up? You know what? I can't see any particular reason why Dermata shares are moving up. There's no specific catalyst for Dermata Therapeutics. However, what I did want to bring your attention to is, and again, this is Benzinga. This is brilliant. It's right at your fingertips here. So straight away, you can see a form 424, which is basically a form for a shelf offering. So you can see here, I can pull that up there in the Benzinga, and straight away I've got, there's common stock, shares of common stock. There's a potential offering there for them to be able to hit the market with at any time. They've got a Farm 2-4 there, they've got that's a B4, they've got a B3 here. So they've got a couple of shelves there that they could hit the market with at any time. Benz, go check it out. It's fantastic tool to use, and it just gives you that information that you need just to be sure on the stocks that you're getting in, just to be sure on the stocks that you're trading. Am I going to get caught in a flush after a secondary offering? Why is it moving up? What's the catalyst? What's the relative volume? Benzinga's fantastic, guys. Go check it out. Go check it out. And I will just come back to the actual stream and I'll answer a couple more questions before wrapping it up for the day. And where's my questions? Okay. Yeah, okay. TikTok, no more questions on TikTok. I'm having a good weekend. I'm gonna get a nice bottle of wine, I think, and I'll pop that open tonight. A couple of bottles of wine, mate, for the weekend. I've had a great couple of weeks. I've had a great March, so I've not had any. I've been off the wine all month, so I thought, do you know what? This week I've finally got over that 200k mark. I've got over the best ever month last week. Over the 200k mark this week, so yeah, I deserve a bottle of wine. Regarding CMEG, how do I judge its fill quality when using limit orders with offsets? It's actually not bad, because I've got experience of other brokers as well. It's actually not too bad. It's been a bit flaky this last, I would say this last 2 or 3 months. I'd say it's a bit flaky, and I have a feeling I know why. But the advantage that you've got with CMEG over, well, it's not just CMEG, but it's with the Dash Trader platform, Neat, is that you can select your route. So most of the time I'll use smart routing. But if you find you get better fills through a particular route, you can actually choose your route. So you can actually go down that. You can add it to your scripts. You can select your routes if you want to, and get better fills or quicker fills or whatever it is. So that's one of the that's one of the advantages of using a direct access platform, because you can choose which market maker to send your order through. It's not so much a broker where you get your fill, and people say, what's the CMEG fills like? It's not CMEG that's filling you. CMEG's there in the background. They can take control of your orders. They're giving you the leverage and the buying power. But the platform, Dash Trader is a platform, and it's direct to market. So CMEG's out of the picture there, and it's just working. Dash Trader is working within the parameters that CMEG allows it to work. So your fills are coming from Dash Trader, and I've found Dash Trader being one of the better platforms to trade on in terms of fill quality, fill speed, spread quotations, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't have any problems with it. So with that being said, I don't think there's any more questions, so I'm going to knock it on the head. We're top of the hour, overrun slightly, and I will see you on Monday, 1:30 p.m. That's still 8:30 a.m. East Coast. So if you're in North America, it's 1:30 8:30 EST for 2.5 hours, an hour before the market opens, which will be 1:30 p.m. GMT. So I'll see you on Monday, and take it easy, have a great weekend, and stay profitable.